It doesn't take much to communicate care. It doesn't. And what I came up with this little thing on solar tea. When I was a kid, my grandma actually made sun tea. She'd put tea bags in a mason jar and leave it out in the sun. It's really great. So out of that, I came up with this thing, solar tea. So just remember, and a lot of times, it's not very obvious to a lot of people what good interpersonal skills are in terms of warmth. So I came up with this acrostic. Make sure the space is about right. You don't want to be too close or too far away. In America, the right space is about 1 arm length. Whoop. Aha. Yep, sorry about that. The space, about 1 arm length. Be open and not closed. You know, you saw how she took his hands. He was closed up. She says, hey, no, be open. Lean into. Look like you're interested, you know. Focus in. Now, until I got my hearing aids a couple of weeks ago, I had to listen close in because I couldn't hear a thing. Now I can hear better. It's a whole new world opening up to me there. Appropriate eye contact. Now, appropriate eye contact rather than staring at somebody, you know. It's not that bug eye. It's just staying in touch with the person. Doesn't mean you can't look away because or that you don't blink. It's just really taking them in, making sure you're watching their nonverbals, and be relaxed. Now, when you're in the middle of a fight, you're not going to be relaxed, but you can teach people how to do this before they're in the fight. Now, touch is very, very important, and it's what I call non-possessive touch. Non-possessive touch. Not controlling, not trying to possess the person, that you touch them in a caring way, pat them and so forth. Now, if you're working or caring or helping other people in your church, this is a very, very sensitive issue anymore, that it's you got to be very, very careful who you touch, that's for sure, in our litigious society, and with good reason, that is. Set up an environment. If you're working with someone, get an environment. Turn the television off, get the environment that's upbuilding, that's conducive to what you want to accomplish. And finally, an accommodating attitude. The accommodating attitude is not one up, one down. Now, one of the things that we find in training counselors is that many counselors want to take a position of one up and you're down, you know. I'm the counselor, you're sick. I'm well, you'll always be sick. Don't, as opposed to equal, or even putting yourself down to serve another person. I will accommodate myself and not expect perfection out of my spouse or out of the people I'm working with. Now, I did some research years ago on the effect of warmth on patients in a hospital. And there's a good bit of research that indicates that if you go into a hospital and a person's very, very sick there, and you show these skills, this warmth, a caring, a tone of voice, a nurturing, encouraging, that it can have a dramatic and immediate physiological outcome with that person. Well, you know if that's happening for somebody who's ill, even in a coma. So they did research with people in comas. If that's going to affect a person in a coma that dramatically, just imagine what it's going to do to your wife, your child, your husband. It is healing. That's why I think I told you last week that men who feel loved by their wives are much more likely to recover from heart attacks than those who don't.